Test 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys have it in the wrong thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Thomas M. Garrity Athletic Complex in Jersey City for today's broadcast of Gothic Knights softball. Here on NJCU GothicKnights.com on Gothic Vision today, the Gothic Knights trying to snap a 14-game losing streak after starting the year 11-5. They find themselves 11-19. Taking on a team today that struggled as well this year, the Drew University Rangers. Drew coming in at 9-17 overall, 1-7 in the landmark, but they've won their last 2 games. So the Gothic Knights, after today, will have just 4 more home games all year. 2 on Saturday against Rowan, ranked 15th in the country, and then Senior Day next Tuesday against Rutgers Newark. We'll see in their final non-conference home doubleheader of the year if they're able to break through. Ira Thor with you here on a 71-degree sunny day in Jersey City. Great day for softball. Take a look at the starting lineup, and leading off will be Felicia Palat, the right fielder for Drew. And pitching will be Jayla Lee Vega. First pitch was a called ball. That's high. Palat will be followed by the shortstop, Megan McGuire. Heather Ronke, the center fielder, bats third with Lauren Mastro-Piero, the cleanup hitter and third baseman. Bethany Budner is the pitcher batting fifth. Katie Grodsky, the designated player, bats sixth. Danielle Martinez, the second baseman, bats seventh. Brooke Adams in the left field. She bats eighth. Kara O'Leary at first base bats ninth. And Alexa Ray Rizzo will be the flex player and catcher. The 2-1 pitch. It's called strike, and we're even at 2-2. In game 1 today, Vega will throw to Gabby Conti. Brittany Polk is at first. Christina Otero at second. Hannah Gavin at short. And Brianna Rosario at third. That's low, and it's 3-2. Julie Squeos in left field. Straightaway center right now is Talia Garcia, Jazz Randall in right. Ground ball. Diving is Gavin. It's going to get through the left side of the infield for a leadoff single.
Now batting the shortstop, number 5, Megan McGuire.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Megan McGuire, a junior from Stockton, New Jersey, out in western New Jersey. She went to Hunterdon Central High School. First pitch off the plate. Pellet with the lead. Baseball today is in action as well. They'll begin at 3:30 in the first day of a home-and-home series against Montclair State. That's going to be hit into center field over the head of the shortstop. Talia Garcia fields it, but Drew University with back-to-back singles to lead off the game. 2 on and nobody out.
Now batting the center fielder, number 2, Heather Ronke.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Heather Ronke, who's hitting .434 on the year, a sophomore out of Leonia, New Jersey, and Paramus Catholic High School. She has 15 RBIs on the year. That leads Drew. Drops down a bunt. That is going to be a passed ball as McGuire and Pellet both advance. Pitch was inside, but off of the glove of Conti. The 1-0 pitch is high. Home plate umpire in game 1 is Stephanie Loria, and Iris Garcia will be the field ump. The 2-0 ground ball through the right side. That's going to be a base hit. Pellet scores. McGuire will score as well as the throw from Garcia is cut off by Polikis. Drew has jumped out to a 2-0 lead here in the first.
Now batting the third baseman, number 8, Lauren Mastro-Piero.
The first run by Pellet is earned. McGuire's run currently unearned as she advanced to second on the pass ball. But If with nobody out, things can change. First pitch to Mastro Piero was a called strike, and then that one's in the dirt. It's 1-1 to the cleanup hitter and third baseman for Drew, Mastro Piero. She's a 4'11" sophomore from Randolph, New Jersey. That is inside. J-Lo Lee Vega, 4'10", senior right-hander from Hoboken, New Jersey, on the mound. Mastro Piero offered at that on the slap attempt, and it's 2-2. Vega had a great start to the year. She won 6 of her first 7 decisions, but she's lost 7 straight since. In 15 appearances and 14 starts, she's 6-8 with a 5.71 ERA. That is high, and the count is full for the second time in this inning. In that span, she's struck out 39 in 72 and a third innings, but she's walked 43 at .365 opposing batting average. The 3-2 ground ball to Paul because she'll take it to the bag herself for the first out. So with one away, it'll bring up the pitcher Budner, who we'll see on the field in the circle in the bottom of this inning. Budner, Bethany Budner, a freshman right-hander from Hazlet, New Jersey. That's a ground ball to second. Otero drops it momentarily but recovers to throw to Polkus for out number 2. Ronke now heads to third.
Now batting the designated player, number 12, Katie Grodzki.
Both runs, by the way, are now earned. Grodzki, the designated player, and she looks at ball 1. Sunny day here in Jersey City. That's high and inside. And little to no wind. Flag is flapping very lazily on the foul pole, or the flagpole, I should say, in right field. She did offer at that, so that will be strike 1. Two balls and 1 strike. Runner at third. 2-0 Drew. Ground ball to Otero. Her throw to first is in time, and the inning comes to a close. But not before Drew scores twice. On 3 hits, they leave 1. We head to the bottom of the first. We'll take a look at the Gothic Knight lineup.
2 runs, 3 hits, 1 not 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 not
The first inning for Drew, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 not down.
Take a look at the lineup for NJCU. Talia Garcia will lead off and play center field. Hannah Gavin is the shortstop, and she will be in the 2 spot for the Gothic Knights. Meanwhile, Brittany Polakis, the first baseman, bats third. Jazz Randall slides into the cleanup spot, the NJCU junior right fielder. Christina Otero, she's batting .375. She's had a good year. Her batting average jumping over 200 points from last year. And the sophomore will bat 5th. Gabby Conti, the catcher, bats 6th, with Jayla Lee Vega, the pitcher, in the 7th spot. Julie Squio, who's hitting .355, also a big improvement this season. The left fielder bats 8th, and Brianna Rosario, third base, and she bats 9th. Meanwhile, for Drew, the pitcher, as we said, was Bethany Budner, a 5'7" freshman right-hander from Hazlet, New Jersey, Raritan High School, same hometown and high school as NJCU baseball starting catcher C.J. Pulsini. On the year for Budner, she enters with a record of 8-8. She is obviously their ace, as she's won 8 of their 9 games. This is her 15th start and her 18th appearance. She's got 3.11 ERA in 83 and a third innings, 276 opposing batting average, 39 strikeouts, just 16 walks, so she's been in control. Take a look around the infield here as Garcia steps to the plate, and the first pitch is a called strike. Throwing Budner will be throwing to the catcher, Alexa Ray Rizzo, a freshman from my current hometown of Howell, New Jersey. First baseman is Kara O'Leary. The second baseman, Danielle Martinez. The shortstop is Megan McGuire. The third baseman, Lauren Mastropiero. The 1-1, and it hits Talia Garcia. She'll take first base. In left field, Brooke Adams. The center fielder is Heather Ronke. And in right field is Felicia Pellet.
Shortstop number 2, Gavin.
So with Garcia on first base, and Hannah Gavin will try to get the Gothic Knights going here in the inning. Gavin hitting .341 on the year, the rookie out of Bordentown, New Jersey. That's popped up, fair territory, third base side, and Mastro Piero makes the catch.
Now batting the first baseman, number 25, Brittany Policus.
Paulicus's walkout music is the Empire Strikes Back theme from Star Wars, and Paulicus shows bunt. There goes Garcia. The throw is going to be in time for the 2-6 caught stealing. So Paulicus, she's hitting .395 in a year, tops on the team in basically every category. 10 doubles, 32 hits, 20 RBIs, 2 home runs, .395 average, .593 slugging, .440 on base. She's just been fantastic all year. And she hits that in the air to right field. How far is that going to go? Off of the railing of the bleachers in deep right field. Paulicus with her third home run of the season, and NJCU has cut the lead in half. It's 2-1. It's unbelievable how far that ball carried. The right fielder for Drew just turned around. Pellet just watched it go, and it hit probably maybe 2/3 of the way back on the rampway and the railing to the soccer bleachers. So judging by the fact that the fence is 200 feet, you can probably say that's somewhere between 250 and 265 feet on a bounce. Dropping down a bunt is Randall. Her speed is great, and she beats it out for an infield single.
Now batting the second baseman.
So Randall gets on with 2 away, and it'll bring up Christina Otero. Third home run of the year, 13th extra base hit for Brittany Paulicus. And she is going to put herself by the end of this year probably in the top 10 of every offensive category in school history for a single season. We'll start taking a serious look at that once we get past this doubleheader, because after today's games, the Gothic Knights will have exceeded 30 games in a year. They're currently exactly at 30 games. This is the 31st of the year. The 1-0 pitch to Otero from Budner is low. And it's 2-0. Gabby Conti's on deck. Molly Ringwald is in the press box with us doing the music today. And that's hit down the right field line. It's going to fall foul. About 2 feet foul. Good camera work there by women's volleyball outside hitter Alyssa McGee. She apologizes for not having the best angle on Brittany's home run, but I promise you that went really, really far. The 2-1, and that's slapped foul off to our right and out of play. Count is even at 2-2. So the Gothic Knights with 2 hits in this inning, they trailed Drew 2-1. And the ironic thing is if Garcia did not get thrown out there, she would have scored as well. It would have been a tie game right now. The 2-2 is off the plate. Good eye there by Otero. Otero's second on the team with her 375 average. She's got 11 RBIs overall. Just one extra base hit, but she's making good use of her time on base. Ground ball towards second base. Diving was the second baseman for Drew Martinez, but no chance to throw out Otero. Third hit of the inning for NJCU. One left the yard by 65 feet. The other two never left the infield.
Now batting the catcher, number 9, Gabby Conti.
So with runners at first and second, it'll bring up the catcher and the number 6 hitter, Gabby Conti, hitting an even 300 on the year. She has 8 RBIs. A chance to tie the game right here with Speedy Jazz Randall standing at second base, but she swings and misses at the first pitch and offering off the plate. Conti, 5'4" freshman of Jersey City, slaps that one foul up the first base side, and the count is 0-2. As you know, the same high school as Christina Mezzi, who will pitch in Game 2, both graduates of St. Dominic Academy. The 0-2, swing and a miss, and Conti down on strike. So the Gothic Knights cannot get the tying run across, but they do get one on the long home run by Brittany Polikis. 1 run on 3 hits. There were 2 left on base. We head to the second inning, 2-1 Drew. Martinez will lead off for Drew here in the top of the second inning with the lead 2-1 in favor of the Rangers. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball foul up the third base side. And it'll remain 0-2. Martinez, the second baseman, will be followed by Adams and O'Leary. It'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up for the Rangers. Vega deals. Popped in the air, right center. Jazz Randall drifts over, reaches up, and makes the catch. That'll be Adams, the left fielder, now coming up, hitting .357 on the year. Drops down a bunt. Vega will field it herself, spins and throws to first, not in time, as Adams is able to beat out the bunt to the pitcher. Not by much, though. So 1 away, 1 on, and it'll bring up the first baseman O'Leary, who's hitting .400 on the year for Drew. She's played, however, limited time. Drops down another bunt attempt. This is a sacrifice. The throw by Rosario gets away. Adams around second. She's at third. She'll stop there. A throwing error by Rosario. And now 1 away and 2 in scoring position. So credit O'Leary with a sacked bunt, regardless of the fact she reached on the error. First pitch to Pell. She also drops down. And in time, as the tag is applied by Conti just before Adams could slide in. It's going to be argued here by the head coach for the Drew Rangers, Charlotte LeBate, saying that her hand was in first, but there's no instant replay in NCAA Division III softball, so the call will stand. So a fielder's choice. O'Leary goes to third, and Adams is retired 1-2. Now 2 away. And that slap to right field, that's going to score a run as O'Leary comes in on the RBI single by the shortstop McGuire, swinging at the first pitch and making it a 3-1 advantage. Goes without saying that that run is unearned as the error extended the inning. And I'll bring up the center fielder Ronke now with runners at first and second. And Ronke is hit by a pitch. And the bases are loaded. Be meeting on the mound between assistant coach Mark Della Volpe and the infield, along with pitcher Jayla Lee Vega.
Third baseman number 8, Lauren Mashapiro.
Mastro Piero grounded out to the first baseman in her first at bat of the game, and she looks at strike 1. Ground ball to short. This should end it. Gavin's throw is in time, and the inning does indeed come to a close. So a 6-3 ground out. The bases are left loaded. But Drew scores once on 2 hits, aided by an error on a sacrifice bunt. And with 3 left on, it's 3-1 Drew after 1.5 innings. So it's the bottom of the third inning here in Jersey City. Bottom of the second inning, I should say. And it'll be Vega, the pitcher, due up. Gothic Knights down by 2. With Mother's Day coming up in 2.5 weeks, my sister bought my mom the best card I've ever seen for Mother's Day. We'll tell you more in a second. Vega hits that in the air down to third base side. That's going to drift foul. So this year's Mother's Day card to my mom from my sister says on the front, "None of your kids are in prison." On the inside it says, "That's successful parenting right there." I think that's a brilliant card. Hallmark moment for sure. And that's going to be a foul ball just wide of the bag. You want to copy that card, Tyler? Well, Maureen Krichkowski, if she is watching this game, can be happy that both Tyler and Tom, for your soccer players here at NJCU, are currently not locked up. That is hit in the air to left field, and the catch is made by Adams, and that is out number 1.
Now batting the left fielder, number 12, Julie Squio.
Tyler, what would you even do? Double park? Yeah. Squio's up. We're going to end this conversation right here because I I don't even want to hear the answer. Squio swings and misses at the first pitch. The left fielder swung and missed the first pitch, but she's hitting .355 in a year, and you got to really give Squio credit because she's had a fantastic turnaround to her second season of collegiate softball. Her average was in the 100s as a freshman. This year, though, she's had a bunch of triples. In fact, on the year, Squio, 2 triples, 6 doubles, so 8 extra base hits. And she's really become a more complete collegiate player. And fortunately for NJC, just a sophomore, so she'll be around for at least 2.5 more years. Squio will actually join our staff next year and work soccer games. That's popped in the air. High pop up to second base, and Martinez was able to make the catch. So now 2-way to bring up Brianna Rosario. You're still working, Tyler. You're working next. Well, you're in season, Alyssa. And you think it's easy, folks? Rosario looks at strike 1. There's an argument to my left over hours. Who's working next fall? Ground ball to third, stepping on the bag to end the inning will be O'Leary. And the Gothic Knights go down 1-2-3. So bottom of the second inning. Back here in the top of the third inning, and here in Jersey City, where we are partying like it's 1999. That's obviously in honor of the late, great Prince, who stunningly passed away today. I think he was 57 years old. And that's low. It's 2-0. Budner is going to be low. It's 3-0. And that comes, probably about 12 hours after Joni Lawler, better known as China, who was probably the most innovative female wrestler of all time, passed away. At 45 years old, so obviously you can't really compare China to Prince, really comparing apples and oranges, but as Budner walks, Grodzki will come up. But both, well known in their industry in their own ways. Prince, growing up in the 80s, he obviously changed his name several times, his stage name, but what an artist. That's line. Rosario catches it on one hop. So that will advance the runner. So, bless you, Tyler Krichkowski. That's a fielder's choice. I'm sorry, that is a 5-3, and Budner advances. Now one away for Martinez. That's hit in the air. Left field, Squio backs up, makes the catch, route number 2. So Martinez flies out on the first pitch, now 2 away. It'll bring up the left fielder Adams, who singled in the second inning before she was put out at the plate by a very nice play by Jayla Lee Vega. And the first pitch is high. Three 1 pitch. Let's call it strike. I meant to say a 1-0 pitch. The score is 3-1. And we're working on some technical issues right now. The 1-1 ground ball to short. Diving is Gavins and get underneath her glove and into shallow center field. Backed up nicely, though, by Talia Garcia, and that's key because it keeps Budner at third base with 2 away.
Now batting the first baseman, number 1, Carol O'Leary.
It's behind, and then you'll see the stat change, but then it will reflect what's going on in the game when you see the strike.
So it'll bring up O'Leary of runners on the corners.
As I was saying, it could be just the NJCU.
O'Leary, and she looks at strike 1. She reached on an error on a sacrifice bunt in the second inning, came around and scored the third run on what should have ended the inning. Stealing second is going to be Adams. Conti will not throw with Budner at third. It'll be a 1-1 pitch here to O'Leary, hitting an even 400 on the year. Inside, and it's 2-1. Leary is a freshman out of Staten Island, New York, attended St. Joseph by the Sea High School. That's fouled off to our left, and it lands in the bullpen. So it'll be 2-2. We'll see if Vega can get out of this inning. Drew now with 6 hits. The Gothic Knights 3 in a 3-1 Ranger lead this non-conference game 1. And the 2-2. That's slapped towards left field. Squeal comes in on one hop. She'll play it to third, but not in time. It will score a run as Budner crosses. It's 4-1 Drew. Adams now at third. So the Rangers have scored in each of the first 3 innings and have a 4-1 advantage. It'll bring up the right fielder Pellet, top of the order, with runners on the corners and just 2 outs. As they call it, strike. That's way off the plate. Stealing second base is going to be O'Leary. No throw by Conti. Hit in the air, right center field. Well hit, but Jazz Randall's there, and she will make the catch to end the inning. So a fly out to right center by Pellet, but the Rangers do add another run. 1 run on 2 hits, and they strand 2. We head to the bottom of the third. It's a 4-1 lead for the Rangers. Talia Garcia will lead us off here in the third inning, and she fouls the first pitch off towards us. She's hitting 190 in the year. She was hit by a pitch in the first inning and then thrown out at second base, stealing right before Brittany Pollock has smashed her 3rd home run of the year. The 0-1. And it's off the plate for ball 1, so 1-1. Next Tuesday against Rutgers Newark will be senior day. Garcia is the lone 4-year player on the team. That's popped in the air, shallow center. Coming in will be Ronke, and she cannot make the catch. So it'll be a base hit. Ronke gave it a good effort there, had to cover a lot of ground, but it does fall in, and Garcia is aboard with a leadoff single.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Hannah Kevin.
Also on senior day on Tuesday, the Knights will honor senior pitcher Jayla Vega, today's starter, who was a 1-year player transfer from Fisher College, and Desiree Johnson, who was a 4-year standout on the women's basketball team and all-conference player this year in her 2nd year as a utility player on the softball team. Constantly pinches runs. That's hit in the air by Gavin Adams in no man's land. Third baseman Mastro Piero gave it a look for a little bit, and then at the last second, McGuire, the shortstop, kind of ran in, but really no shot for any of them to make that catch. So it'll be 1-1 to Gavin, with Brittany Polakis on deck. Gothic Knights trail by 3. Ground ball to short, could be 2. McGuire to Martinez to throw to first, not in time. So they get the lead runner with 1 away, and it'll bring up Brittany Polakis.
Now batting the first baseman, number 25, Brittany Polakis.
Polakis hit a long home run to deep right field, 250 feet plus. In the first inning, that's the only run for NJC so far. The Knights have 4 hits. That is low. They're going to be very careful, I would assume, with Pollockis after she displayed her power. That is high. It's 2-0. Gavin was about 10, 15 feet off of first base, trying to coax a throw, but she went back. The 2-0 pitch to Pollockis. That is low, and it's 3-0. Last week after the Saturday doubleheader, baseball was home against TCNJ, softball was home against Stockton. And about 7:30 at night, after I wrapped up both games, I'm walking back to my car in the parking lot. It's the only car still in the parking lot. The 3-0 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 3-1. And from 200 yards away, I saw something sitting on the hood of my car, and I was like, "Oh God, did somebody leave some trash on the hood of my car?" Not Saran wrap either. The 3-1 pitch, and that's a ground ball. Diving is the shortstop McGuire. I think she threw her glove. I think she meant to throw the ball. She threw her glove. She's getting a laugh with the second baseman Martinez right now.
Now batting the right fielder.
That's pretty funny. And the Gothic Knights with a leadoff single. All right, I'm sorry, a 1-out single. And now Gavin moves to second as Pollockis gets aboard. And I'll bring up Randall, the right fielder, who singled on a bunt in the first inning. Anyway, to finish that story, it wasn't garbage on the hood of my car. It was actually an NJCU softball cap tucked underneath my windshield wiper, left there by Brittany Pollock's father, John. That's a hashtag cool softball parent story. The 1-0 to Randall is low. Randall, very patient hitter. She's walked 8 times on the year, has a .381 on-base percentage coming into play today. And the 2-0 shows bunt. Ad is off the plate. Gavin dances about 20 feet off of second. But it's a 3-0 count here, and with 1 away, if Randall's able to draw a walk, Otero will be the batter.